Okay. Welcome back to Mashle Magic and Muscles Anime Review, Episode 13. We're here reviewing the 13th episode of the series and the opening episode of Season 2, which is called Marsh, Burnedead, and Divine Visionaries. Yeah, I realized though it's been like 6 months since the last review. Well, I was look. Despite the fact this episode actually came out 2 months ago, I was waiting for the dub. Yes, and what happened is that Aniplex America took their sweet time dubbing this thing, because Crunchyroll waits like 2 weeks, while Aniplex waits like 2 fucking months. Actually, at this point, it's almost 3 months since the episode came out. Like it's been like 2 months, and like it's been like 2 months and like almost exactly 3 months since this episode came out. And this episode pretty much covers like if it's at pages 3 to 19 of chapter 39, the entirety of chapter 40, and the first 5 pages of chapter number 41. Now they do in fact kind of explain so since it's the last episodes, we have the heroes of the series just have a celebration, of course, and deny the fact that Mosh can't use magic. They're confronted by a guy with a cone head, with hair like a cone. They see you like think he's not magic, and then you see him later on the episode spy on the group. So then they go to a room where they're celebrating with, of course, the leader of their dorm, and they do explain why he's there because he saved Business life. There's also mention about the golden swords in the flashback. That's actually shown in the episode. So and after that, playing cards. Of course, they go with him go get a board game. Mosh, of course, is being fed cream cakes by Lemon in the episode. Dot is basically heavily bandaged up. He can't speak or see anything. Yeah, because apparently he was heavily injured in the previous arc. In this arc. Yeah, this is kind of weird. So, and of course, the guy comes by to spy on him. Of course, he runs away. And then the scene ends while we see an owl. Yes, an owl. Fly into the window and give Mosh lair. Now, this scene is very familiar. You know, an owl delivering a letter to the main character. Well, at least to a character series. Well, this has happened before in the Harry Potter movies. Yes, because martial magic and muscles is basically the Japanese take on. Because the biggest premise of martial magic and muscles, it's One Punch Man combined with the world of Harry Potter. That's most of what this is. And this whole scene of him being, and of course, he's summoned for a trial, which this reminds me a lot of the film. I think it was. I'm trying to think. I think it was Order of Phoenix. I think it was. Yes, I think it was Order of Phoenix. That's what it reminds me of. So, at least it's not Howler. So, then he comes to the actual inquiry. It's not unlike in the Order of Phoenix movie, where it's like a group of people. It's like one person, and of course, he thinks he can go scot free because, well, even they concealed it, but technically he didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, and then of course we see the anime debut of the first of the several Divine Visionaries, because technically in the previous season we only saw one Divine Visionary, Ryan Amos, who's Finn's older brother. We see in this scene the debut of Rio Grandis the Light Crane. Light King, excuse me. Yeah, where you give him a challenge. Light that candle without touching it. And Masha's like, okay, so he takes that magic wand, rubs it, and uses the fire from the light the candle. Like, okay, so you're manly, you can go. And then he's stopped by sand by one of the other Divine Visionaries. Well, we see the debuts of the rest of the Divine Visionaries. We see, well, the one who did it is Ortamada, the Desert Cane. There's also Tassara, who complains she's cold. Sophoni, who's the Knowledge Cane. Rentaurus, who's the Immortal Cane. Agata, who speaks with his creature that his lips doesn't move, and it's like, oh, because his alter his obsession with following procedure. He is obsessed with it. My gosh, seriously. Yeah, so he tries to stop Mosh from leaving, despite the fact that, like, because you concealed it, you must die. And Mosh is like, no. And then, of course, then we have the judge who is telling him, you cannot kill him because he is one of us. It is a Zero, the main villains of the series, who have been Shadow. And it turns out that the guy is being possessed by a parasite. Now, this is not something full from Harry Potter, being possessed by a parasite. As far as I can tell, this never happened in any of the movies. I've heard Charms, but not Parasite. This actually is taken from Star Trek, believe it or not. Yes. This happened during the episode of Star Trek known as Conspiracy, where you have various admirals being possessed by space parasites. An episode that got edited in the UK because of a scene involving a lieutenant who was very rude to the crew. And the next time we see him, apparently he's the host of the mother of these parasites. And then he gets fried, and then the creature drops the bill like it's some alien, and Picard sees it, and he gets one glimpse of the thing, and it fires his face immediately straight. And Picard's like, okay, yeah, that's what the scene reminds me of, because I don't remember anything at all. Because I know the series tends to pull a lot from the Harry Potter movies. That is not from Harry Potter. That's from Star Trek that did that. Unless I'm also going to point out, though, that, well, if there's any character in the series possessed by a parasite. Because that's not for science fiction, not from Harry Potter. And of course, like, they all think, oh, maybe the light one can basically move. Now Mosh moves himself. He puts it in his mouth, and then he proceeds to tie it up. And he mentions, oh yeah, I tied it up via like it's a rubber dog, like it's a balloon dog with his tongue. Yes, seriously. And then, of course, Odo's like, you cannot leave. You come with me to be executed. And of course, Mashle is like, nope, not going. And of course, basically, he's being kind of like, you think I'm a fine missionary. He's like, your opinion doesn't count. Really? Now, this is not the fault of the anime for this moment. That's the whole of the manga. Of saying that, like, oh, United's like, his opinion doesn't count? Since when? Since when does Rose opinion not count? Because why? Because he sides them? Yeah, it's complete stupid nonsense. And then the episode ends with Order about to execute him, and then Willenberg shows up. Yep. Now, why in the world are they here? Why is he here? Well, we'll find out next episode. But yeah, the headmaster of the school, well, we'll find out exactly why he's here. But yeah, not much else to say about the. Oh, by the way, Alter himself. I look at him. He looks like Harry Potter himself. Yeah, it's just that by all appearance, he looks exactly like him. Except you can describe him as more well-dressed version of him. Mm-hmm. Key to the guy who has eyes closed. Reminds me of Gene from Bleach. Yeah, and look at basically like if these guys I saw anybody from the Harry aside from the headmaster. Tesori, well, one of them is always cold. Not much about her. Sophina. Ron Grace himself. It reminds me. I'm not sure what he reminds me of, basically. You know, something older reminds me of Harry Potter because the glasses and the fact his face looks so similar to Harry's, and the fact he's like dressed, like he's very well dressed, basically is. And so his brother showed up episode 5. I believe this is the guy who got beat up by who got beat up in the previous season. But yeah, not real much else to say about the episode. It's definitely pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Particular View. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Yeah, it's getting kind of late, so I'm save videos for tomorrow. So, as far as I can tell for tomorrow, I have 4 videos overall. There's One Piece, Blue Exorcist, Tales of Wedding Rings, and Banish the Hair Party. It might be Comic Corner too, but excuse me. As for the My Hero Academia manga, I don't think it's gonna be released tomorrow. I don't think so, but I've also got stream tomorrow. But who knows? Basically, I can get the stuff done tomorrow. Okay. See you in the next video. Bye.